me some lunch. I'll try to come home by myself.
Okay, goodbye, Professor.
See you, Tommy.
Just a minute. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license.
Why, no, Marriott. I collect doorbells. And this particular specimen has a quality.
Robbery will not avail. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. And why haven't you been down to City Hall with your bygone references?
Just missed you. Mr. Marry your hand. Oh, no.
Why? Why?
Well, spread that little finger. It's hereditary.
What does that mean?
Well, it means your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good? It means America has finally produced an artist who can flugel a waltz in 50 seconds.
Where can I get me one of them horns?
Just sign right here, Mr. Mayor.
Certainly. And to think I could have missed this whole opportunity.
Yes, that'll be $17 import fee.
I haven't got a son. You're unscrupulous, Bluebite. You're unscrupulous. Never mind. You just be down to City Hall with your bygone papers, 3 o'clock sharp.
Do you mean this afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Carew, do you realize you are the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Well, if your son had that same firm chin, those splendid cheek muscles, by George. Oh, but not that you're really great to understand.
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. O. Clark, O. Mendez, O. Clyde.
Oh, but Professor, we are Irish.
No, really? Well, that clinches it. Sign right here, Mrs. Peru. Your son was born to play the cornet. Thank you. That'll be $7 in earnest money. Not a penny more due to the first installment, payable at the opening of band practice. Yes, thank you. And of course I need his measurements for his band uniform.
His uniform?
Hello, son. Why, certainly his uniform. And not a penny more due till delivery, which gives him 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine, without cost whatsoever. Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the joys and pleasures of today.
Does it have
What, a stripe? Why, certainly, my boy. A big wide red stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
Well, you'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. And if you get him to play in the band, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. But if anyone can do it, I'll bet you can. Out of a crowd, I'd pick you for a hod-carrying, day-pipe-smoking, shamrock-wearing, harp-playing, mavourneen pinching, terrace hall, minstrel singing Irishman. Be God and be jabbers, where ye from, Levi?
Gary, Indiana.
Oh, I knew it! Gary! Where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. As a matter of fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Was she now?
Why, yes. Old middle class of '05. Well, how do you do, Miss Peru?
How to do, Mr. Hill?
Of course, Peru. Well, I knew that name sounded familiar. I tried to see you
He
here.
wants to put Winthrop in the band. We're not interested. Oh, but Marion, the boy might have his father's musical gift. He does have my jaw, you know.
Your husband's musical. Well, I'd like to have a talk.
Do you burst in on everyone's home like this? Prying into personal affairs? We're not interested, Marion.
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Now, why not the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
No, I am sorry. But that's all the more reason why your brother should have something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years. And as to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks, Miss Peru. I hardly think of a band. You know, Apparently she likes the idea. Oh, a bit cautious perhaps, but I admire that woman. You would just keep me alive, and I'll be back later in the week.
Oh, one moment, Professor. About the boy's measurements. I make all his clothes. That's sleeve 21, waist 18, crouch 14.
Fine, that's all I need. Now I must be back to my hotel.
Oh, and please excuse Marriott, Professor. She's really...
Mrs. Baru, don't you worry about a thing. I'm sure that at heart, she's as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Baru.
Has he gone? He has, and I hope not forever. Darling, do you ever give any thought to your future? Gary, Indiana, conservation, class about 5.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future shouldn't depend on encouraging every fast-talking, woman-chasing, self-centered traveling man that comes into town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, darling, all right. But it's a well-known fact that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you're never going to strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop, I know you're in there. Would you please go to the library and ask Miss Grumpy to give you the book I set aside? It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with black corners.
Do I have to?
You won't have to say anything. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
And now what are you up to? What are you thinking with a book at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal may help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Well, I give up. At your age, if you don't mind my asking, what kind of a white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Grider, who backs me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library.
He does.
Or Ed Gabbage, and that buggy of his with the removable back seat. But I'm not waiting for a man in shiny white armor either. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, what my heart would say if it only knew how. Please, dear, be nice, show me love. All I want is a plain man. All I want is a modest man, a quiet man, a gentleman, a straightforward, an honest man to sit with me in a cottage somewhere in the state of Iowa, and I would like him to be more interested in me than he is in himself, and more interested in us than in me. And if occasionally he wonders what makes Shakespeare and Beethoven great, him I could love till I die. Him I could love till I die. My white knight, let me walk with him while the others ride by. Walk and love him till
big night. Need to wear.
The footbridge.
Now see? Isn't that just what I told you? First it was the lumberyard, and now it's the footbridge. Well, where are you gonna meet me next? In the black hole of Calcutta? Oh, God.
I just wanted to show you my invention.
What invention?
My music holder for a marching piccolo player. Still has a couple flaws, see. If it's tight enough to hold the music up, it cuts the circulation off and you can't wiggle your fingers. And in the meantime, you could go blind.
Oh, it's Papa. Coming.
Is that the first thing I said or not?
Yes, George.
The very first thing I said, or I'll eat hay with the horse. Get that spellbinding credentials, I said, morning of July 4th, 1912. And now look, my wife is off dancing at any and all hours instead of in the home.
Now, George.
The school board is singing up street and down alleys to attend to city business. Oh, this girl's off bedoodling around with some wild kid, and my business is falling off so bad, I can't even find the balance sheet.
Mayor Shin, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
His who?
His university.
I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I never get out of him. Gary Conservatory, class of 05.
If you'll just read a little bit about the conservatory, you won't have to learn much.
Well, it's fine. Go back to the sound of the morning nonsense.
It should be the band instrument.
The band instrument.
Oh, the bells, Marcy Shaggy is a coming down the
That's
street.
the deal.
Please let it be
Oh,
glory.
yeah, fuck with these
Oh,
girls.
the bells, Fargo wagon is a
That's the
coming down the street. I wish I knew what it would be.
I got a house and make me shoot on my birthday.
In March, I got a gray bacchanal.
And once I got some grapefruit from Tampa.
Montgomery wasn't me, a bathtub and across the saw.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is a coming now. Is it a prepaid surprise or COD?
It could be curtains or dishes or a love of my
Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be. Very, very special now.
Just for me.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is a coming down the street. Oh, don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is a coming down the street. I wish I knew what he was coming for.
I got the traffic from Seattle last Saturday.
And I expect a new rockin'
A DAR and a cannon for the courthouse where.
Oh, well, the Wells Fargo wagon is a coming now. I don't know how I can ever wait to see. But for someone who is no relation, but it could be. Some special just for me. It's the band instrument.
Here's your cornet, Winthrop.
Thanks, Professor.
Men, you will each receive individual instruction in due course. Until then, stay off the streets, get familiar with your instruments, and think them into an G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da. La-di-da.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some light-eyed tooting out of them horns in pretty short order, or we're going to see you in front of the grand jury over at the county seat. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
Come, George. Tempest students.
What's your phraseology? Now go along with it, you want to. I gotta get something from the librarian. About that book.
The latest dance community is Tuesday nights at the high school.
presentation will be the highlight of the ice cream sociable. Now, gentlemen, if you're ready. And ladies, remember now, don't make me tell you again. Always keep your face towards the audience. All right, Mr. Denlock.
It's you in the sunrise, it's you in my cup. It's you all the way into town. It's your sweet hello, dear, that sets me off. And it's your got to go, dear, that gets me down. It's you on my pillow in all of my dreams. scared you, but I'm not. I would think you'd hate to have your own daughter scared to talk to you. Really, Clyde!
You watch your phraseology, and I'm gonna warn you one more time. If I ever catch you touching my daughter again, I'll fly on horse whip you till hell won't have it again.
No, George.
And not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means Pete.
Yes, and now get out of this public building.
I have as much right in this building as anybody.
Right. How do you get any rights around here? Aiding and abetting the swindling activities of that spellbinding symbol salesman. You know what I see written all over you? Reform School. Now get out, you wild kid, you.
Oh, Papa, please! It's fabulous like you that makes blood in the marketplace! Oh, yeet!
You watch your phraseology, young woman, and go home.
Oh, my lips. Anita.
You lady!
I'm sorry,
You
George.
tend to your dance.
My dad?
I'll handle Anita. Taking up wild kids in the wrong side of town.
Mayor Sheen, if I could just make you understand that
Well,
I'm
you
a real-
can't. And by the way, thanks for nothing. I've been through that book you gave me from cover to cover for a whole week now, and I couldn't find a thing.
Mr. Mayor, if you please.
I'll settle your hash just as soon as I get these princesses off my oldest girl. Yes!
All right. But in the meantime, I want you to know I'm vouching for Tommy Gillis. That boy has a confidence in every kid in this town. And you'll be standing in line shaking his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of the broken legs from tripping over their beards. And I'll tell you something else, my fine fellow. Never mind. I'll do it, JC. I want that man's credentials, and I want them tonight. And don't let him out of your sight. He's slipperier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
Do you mean you want us to get his credentials?
Get his credentials or get him in jail. And I couldn't make myself any clearer if I was a button hook in well water.
Professor Hill, I think Mayor Shin has acted abominably, and it was wonderful of you coming to Tommy's defense.
No, that was nothing.
Yes, it was.
No, a man can dodge the issue every time a little personal risk is involved. Oh, what does the poet say? A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A brave man, only 500. Of course, the mayor was already a pretty man in the kind of billiard parlor, and well, now, recommendations from a music lawyer like yourself could help, but no, I can't ask you to do a thing like that.
Why, Professor Hill?
You would?
I'd be glad to. I just wish I was a little more informed. I've been wanting to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
His cornet, mother of pearl keys.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. It's just that he never touches it. Oh, the first week or so, he made a few experimental blats, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, yes, blats.
And he sings the minuet in G-da-da almost constantly.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, la-di-da,
But he never touches the cornet.
Well, you see that the
He
whole...
says you told him it wasn't necessary.
Actually,
He tells me about some think system. If he thinks the minuet in G, then he won't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor,
Miss Marion, the think system is a revolutionary method, I admit. But so is Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus's of the egg. I mean globe. Well, Bach's conception of the low-temper clavichord. Now I can't discuss these things here in public, but if I'm going to be allowed to call, when can I call?
Why, any night this week.
Miss Pearl, we're just going to tell you that a woman like you belongs on our dear son committee. You're so dear to me, that's in the shore. You'll be with Professor Hill. Dance like a princess with droopy pillow. Pick a little bit, pick a little time for hair. Pick a little more. I know that she will see the mommy. Pick a little more. Pick a little more. Pick a little more. Fairy princess, moonbeam floor, golden shimmer, silver sheen. Now I'm full, heart of gold, here where woman's heart should be. The professor told us to read those books, and we simply adore them all. Chaucer, Rabelais, Molière.
been deputized.
Yes, congratulations. You know, all week I've tried to get you fellows my papers, but each time you seem to get off the subject somehow. Now I have just been at the hotel. Just take me a second.
Sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to go with you.
Yes, well, let's see if I have my hotel key. Wait, what's this? Why, it's a testimonial from Madame Reedy, the only female bassoon player in the Red Path Circuit. Her stage name. Actually, she was from Moline. Lida Rose Quackenbush.
Let me take a look at that a minute.
Oh, you'll never forget the name. Lida Rose. Same as that old song. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose.
To get the sun back in the sky. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I'm hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Lida Rose, oh, won't you be mine? Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose.
Dream of now, dream of then, dream of a love song that might have been. Do I love you? Oh yes, I love you, and I'll bravely tell you, but only when we dream again. Sweet and low, sweet and low, how sweet that memory, how long ago. Forever, oh yes, forever, will I ever tell you? Oh no. Dream of now, dream of then, dream of a love that might have been.
Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I'm hoping you're the same. So here's my love song, not fancy or fine.
Will I ever tell
Lida Rose, oh, won't you be mine? Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, Lida
Will you ever stop arguing with yourself? Will you ever tell him? Won't you ever tell him? Ah, yes, I know. Ah, fiddlesticks. Just open your mouth and let the words come out.
Now, Mama.
No, nothing. If he comes calling again, I want you to see him alone. And if you don't have the gumption to tell him, then...
Tell him?
Well, there's nothing wrong with a ladylike hint.
Mama,
Winthrop, where have you been?
fishing
Fishing?
with Harold.
You mean Professor Hill?
And look, I still got the work left.
Did you have a good time?
From Theodore. He told me all about his hometown, Erie, Indiana. And he said he'd take me there someday. And he taught me a song with hardly any S's in it. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, that's the town that knew me well. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how I happen out to tell you to think of it, I would say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face. Gary, Indiana, not Louisiana, pure threat, pure parole. Just Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home. If you'd like to have a logical explanation, how it happened, I'm telling you, think of it. I would say without a moment of hesitation, there is just one place that can light my face.
Gary, Indiana,
Not Louisiana, pure threat, pure parole. Just
Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home.
I'll be back in a minute. I have to show Amarillo my live frog. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Leave the dishes, Mama. I'll do them later. Don't you have to dress for the sociable? There's time later. All right.
Does Shins live around here somewhere?
The Shin home is on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Oh, criminy. Yeah, I see you're the piano teacher in town. You must know something about this fella Hill forming a boys' band here.
Well, yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling two-bit thimble rigger. That's why I gotta see Shin. I'm just passing through. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop in there. Wish it was 20. Sure would like to concentrate 5 minutes on you, girly girl.
Who are you?
My name's Charlie Cowell. Anvil salesman. But just now I'm out to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Oh, Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Oh, mistake my old lady's corset cover. Why, that fella's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth just long enough. Spoil Illinois for me, and he's not going to spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music teacher are you didn't see through him? Why, he's no more a professor
Oh,
than I'm
I
sitting
know
bu-
all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director, and his scholastic...
Now, wait a minute. Fine director. Have you heard one note of music from any band?
Well, no, but they're going to...
But nothing, girly girl. He never formed a band in his life, and he never will.
If you'll just listen to me for a minute, Mr. Cowell, I'll
Well, I'd
explain.
like to. I'd like to do more than that if I had the time. I sure got the inclination. But I gotta get back on that train, and I gotta leave this dynamite with somebody on the way to the depot. Bye-bye, girly girl. We'll, see you next time through.
Oh, you'll never make that train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
Oh, no. I gotta leave word, and I can see you ain't the one to leave it with.
Oh, just a minute, Mr. Cowell. You don't know me yet.
Well, is that an invitation?
Well, no, I meant I don't know you.
Well, I need more time anyway.
I mean, as well as I'd like to.
No trouble there, girly girl.
I never met an anvil salesman before. That's something really, well, quite different.
Well, it takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have a limited appeal, you know. What am I doing? I missed that train, I'll get fired, and I gotta leave word about that fella Hill.
Leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. Now, how do I know you'll deliver these letters?
Try me.
double-dealing little... Now, who do you think you're protecting? That guy has a girl in every county in Illinois, and he's taking it away from every one of them. And that's 102 counties. Not to mention the piano teachers like you he cozies up to just to keep their mouths shut. Neither one of you has heard the last of me, girly girl.
Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Good evening, Miss Marion. Lida Rose, now everyone knows
Marion,
that
who
I'm
was you
home
talking to out here just a minute ago? Why, Professor Hill.
Mrs. Peru. And at the top of the evening, Miss Marion.
Why don't you and Marion come up and sit a while? I got some jelly on the stove. There's no jelly on the stove, Mama. Well, I'll put some on.
Well, shall we set as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
Did I? I didn't mean anything.
Now, Miss Marion, I am not suggesting your invitation for her to anything but academic enlightenment. The think system. Well, I was by your house to time this week to explain it to you, but there always seem to be people around. Most of you ladies, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and several of the ladies.
I'm glad. Wouldn't want anybody beating my time. Well, evidently it's not the convenient night. I'll see you later at the sociable.
Professor Hill, is it really true you've had 100... what I'm trying to say is...
Yes?
Is it really true you've developed a think system?
What? Oh, a think system! Yes. Very simple, really. As simple as whistling. Now, nobody has to show you how to use your lips in whistling. You merely think a tune and have it come out clearly here. And now just try this before you ask any more questions.
I'll take your word.
Can we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
Well, I dare say you meet dozens, even 100.
Well, I never gave much.
Have they all been as fascinated as I have with the think system?
Some more, and some less. One young lady had thought the same system before I came to her town. She showed me a few refinements.
I see.
Have I said something wrong?
Please don't let me keep you, Professor Hill. You must have many more important things to do than explain the think system to me.
Can't think of one.
And I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where'd you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Now, Miss Marion, you shouldn't believe everything you hear. After all, one even hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Oh, Uncle Matty.
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me in a sure job so that Mother and Winthrop and I would have some security. Surely you don't think that
Oh, of course not. That's exactly what I'm saying. But why do you think people start those rumors?
Narrow-mindedness. Jealousy. Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Oh, nothing about you personally. Just generally.
What have you heard generally?
Well, just that... But it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to... We'll take you, for instance. Your attentions to customers and, well, music teachers might easily be misinterpreted, mightn't they? I mean, now, honestly, mightn't they?
Well, I
And
guess...
say a salesman or somebody were jealous. Why, they could even be downright lies. Now, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Why, of course!
It just proves you should never believe everything you hear. I mean, if you discuss things...
Miss Marion, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you. But could we do it sitting down? I mean, you do sit. Your knees, they bend and all.
We could sit on the porch steps.
We could all sit on a large hollow log over the footbridge.
Oh, I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Oh, just to talk.
I've got to dress for the sociable.
Then meet me there in 15 minutes.
I just can't. Please, some other time. Maybe tomorrow?
My dear little librarian, you pile up tomorrows, and you'll find you collect nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. I don't know about you, but I'd like to spend today with remembering.
Oh, so would I.
The footbridge, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! What? I just told Professor Hill that I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be in the saints